Okay, so good morning everyone. We wanted, as a national board, we wanted to make this presentation in order to present the actions that we have taken after the earthquakes in Turkey. So I will talk about the actions as the national board and the board supporters that we took, actions that you have taken, and actions that ESN International has taken, and what's next. So, the actions that the national level took. After the earthquake, on the very same day, we posted on Instagram and tried to raise awareness about the earthquake, what has happened, because there was huge misinformation going on and we wanted to make people know what happens. And we prepared a post like this and some donation information from abroad. Here I would like to thank PR.com and especially Seda and Deli Falcon for their support, because you know we don't have a CM right now and they did their best to prepare the visuals, so thank you very much for your efforts. And on the very same day I sent an email to everyone in the network what's going on and shared the financial, the donation information of the government and AFAP. And then we gave an update because you know everything went quite fast after the earthquake and there were new opportunities to donate, especially from abroad. So I also sent an update of Hassan Abi's for Turkey's Syria Earthquakes Fund that was started from the United States, which we thought that it would be better to collect the money this way. And then we started our own campaign, we sent Turkey donation campaign and prepared a post for this, and also I sent an email. And we also created an aid pro forma. This is in Google Excel, Google Sheets basically, and everyone can follow live how much money has been donated and for what purposes it has been used. And so far we have collected 798 euros in our Wise account and we used them, and there are 87 euros left. In our Turkish account we have 10,419 Turkish liras, and this is the amount that is left, 3,940. And thank you so much, because these donations are actually from you, from our lovely section, so thank you very much for your support. And as the national board and board supporters, we did our market research for a long time, basically, because we wanted to see the most affordable price here. And we also got in contact with ENCH, and they are preparing blankets, scarves and beanies for the earthquake victims. And then I sent an earthquake feedback form to our sections, and 29 of you filled the form. Thank you so much for that. In this form, there were several questions. So the first one was, how are mobility students affected? And you said that the majority of the universities were in holiday period back then, in February. And you said also that many students cancelled their exchange, and those who came, there were no events, no welcome events, especially those who were in the holiday period or the very beginning education. As you know, until the end of April, we are online, so they're in distress because of that and thinking maybe going back to their home. And the second question was how were ESN is affected. Of course, we had some losses. And besides that, you said that you were quite demotivated, which is quite understandable in a period of disaster. Of course, there were no events. We are just starting to organize them. Disconnection from mobility students was also a problem. And those residing in public dormitories were displaced. And then, did the higher education institutions and I also support you? You said that some helped. especially logistically with the donations and the collection of the material. And most of the universities did their donation campaign themselves. And how do you think ESN Turkey has handled the situation? 27 sections said well. The donations and social media campaign should continue. That was the opinion you expressed, and we are continuing. And the question was, the next one was, how do you think ESN International has handled the situation? And this is the response. So basically, it's 50-50. Some of you said that you're quite satisfied, and some said that they are not. Then we created a pool of translators and interpreters, and there were 50 responses with these language combinations. Unfortunately, I was in contact with a person in Afat, but he couldn't arrange the visit there, so basically the project is in still right now, so sorry for that, but thank you very much for filling out the form. And we tried to raise awareness on social media. We shared some important information, such as free services, safe zones, and etc. And also hypothermia, how to help in hypothermia. And also our education officer Nazlı prepared a booklet. You can share that with your IROs and also with your universities. And basically everything in this presentation is in condensed format there, so thank you very much, Nazlı. And we also informed the ESN International. We had a call with the ID, and there was a mail thread going on. Some sections also mentioned how much they have donated, so basically they were informing us. I talked about the earthquake on the education community call and the NOS call. So, planned initiatives, we have created a database based on Gökay's from Istanbul idea for creating a database. So basically this database will contain personal information, address, health-related information, and emergency contact of both VSNers and mobility students that may be affected in future disasters, so that we can reach out to them. And we also plan to sell our webshop products at EGM for fundraising. And some actions that you have taken. So you have you did individual and collective financial donations to ESN Turkey and also government and private institutions. And you also bought and collected provisions and donated them. You participated in joint campaigns with the IROs and also helped some NGOs. And you also shared the donation information with your students and raised awareness on social media and provided some translation interpreting support. Actions that ESN International took. Sections and NOs like ESN the Netherlands, Bulgaria, Spain, Estonia and Finland did fundraising events. And many others sent supportive messages to our Instagram accounts and shared their condolences. So we had a call with the IB, we formed the joint WhatsApp group. We discussed the feedback form that I sent to you. And what can we do in the long term, because mobility is quite affected right now, so we are working on that. And also we decided on the social media and donation campaigns, and we started a joint donation campaign at donate.esn.org. And the money collected, this will be transferred to Yinkadar for our project. There are currently 797 euros, and this is the ESN International social media campaign. And the email by Juan sent to the network. So what's next? We will do the EGM fundraising and the database, and we're planning to post a reel with Seda so that we can reach out to more people. And the fundraising events and projects will continue in future. So thank you so much.
Teşekkürler Deniz sunum için. Bir sorumuz var. İptal olmuş. Başka soru yazan var mı? Şu an speaker liste görüntüleyemiyorum. Eğer yoksa speaker listin kapatılmasına itirazı olan var mı? Speaker list kapatılmıştır. Teşekkürler. Şimdi President Update ile devam ediyoruz.
Bugün yayına bakmak için açtım. Reklam gelmiyor. Geçen Türkiye'de.
Bir şey ekleyebilir miyim? Aslında ek süre talep etmenin sebebi sunumların uzun olması bu konuda. O yüzden aslında CT böyle bir şey söyledim. Hani bir oturum birleşik olsun diye. Bu aslında diğer sunumlar için de böyle, hani başkan update sunumu saymana göre daha uzun olduğu için böyle bir şey talep ettim, blok olsun diye. O yüzden hani çok yarıda kalırsa kesmenizi rica ediyorum. Öyle bir inisiyatif kullanma hakkınız var mı sunumda? Çünkü diğer süremi bitireceğim yani zamanında. O yüzden ortak bir Q&A session talep etmiştim kalan 3 sunum için.
Aksamayacak şekilde.
Okay, so present update, and I will present myself, the meeting that I have attended, partnership situation, representation, education and youth, and the things that I did for the network and my committee. So who am I? I'm Dennis. I was born in Antalya but lived in Bulgaria for the most of my life. I studied at Yeditepe University, Translation and Interpreting Studies. I'm also doing double major in Political Science and International Relations and minor in Russian Language and Literature. I did my Erasmus in France and completed my minor in European Studies. My local section is ESN Yeditepe, and this is, I have been in ESN for 4 years and a half, and this is my 13th National Assembly. And on the international level, I am part of 3 committees, NEC, COMCOM and ICE. Meetings that I have attended, we had 5 NB calls, 9 CLR calls, 4 NO calls, 4 education community calls, 4 president's community calls, and many informal with the national board especially. So the partnership situation, the national agency, we had an online meeting on the 23rd of November, and I did a presentation there. The other board members were not present, unfortunately, but they couldn't because it was quite difficult. And I did the presentation, an introductory presentation of ESM Turkey, and then sent it via email. We had 2 representatives of GA Sakarya, but there was some non-communication issue, to be honest. And we plan a new meeting where the main board members will be present, and we will discuss our future projects and especially what support we need from them. EMSA, we had 2 online meetings with them, and we renewed our partnership agreement and also updated the section's contact list. This is your information so that they can reach out to you if they plan a project within that university. And they're working on first aid booklets from their site, so they're working on that and they will share it with us in the following period. I also sent an email that we are searching medical students who did an Erasmus internship. Unfortunately, we found only one in this huge network. And we are planning a joint project with ESN, EMSA, and the Turkish Psychology Students Education Working Group. And the project is basically like flash forward last year, but every participant will find something that they like in this event. So EMSA audience will find something they want, like Erasmus and psychological support. We will find some medical information and also soft skill training, and also Tverch will find useful things for them. So this is in process right now. We are planning to do it in Istanbul physically, but the earthquake also affected our plans. And they wanted to come here, but they couldn't because of the date change. And Gözde now attended the National Assembly and represented ESN Turkey, so thank you very much for the presentation and the representation there. And this is a photo from our online meeting, and I also shared their press release on Afghanistan's human rights issue. To Polsk, we had one online meeting with them. We're planning a training and various workshops on soft skills. They said that they will send support for ESN Unplugged. And as I said, we're working on a joint project. They also wanted to come, but couldn't. About health insurance, they had an update on their services. I contacted our WPA, and he updated the information on the website. We also are planning to have a face-to-face meeting next week in Istanbul. In Kadesh, as I said, we are working on a joint project regarding the earthquakes, and for the second semester we have planned a career fair, but we'll see what will happen. And We are planning workshops and trainings with them. About Sıfırdan Global'e, I sent you an information about their events, introduction to content creation bootcamp, and also mini conference, their ambassador project. About Yonder'le, probably I didn't mention yesterday, we're working on a green energy project together. Temsa, we had some problems with the giveaway, but we are trying to fix it, and we are planning some workshops on soft skills, especially CV preparation, HR, and so on. About Balya, we had a wish tree project. This one evolved to earthquake donation, so Ailen also probably gave a follow-up on that. And by Morika, we had, so our vice president is constantly mailing with them, and they're supporting our national events and meetings with their products. And an international partner, Drops, basically they contacted me and said they wanted to reach out more to Turkish people. So we decided to put their information and logo on our website, and you have a substantial discount there. About Gelgidek, you know that the partnership is terminated. I sent a form for questions, possible questions that you have. There were no responses. Internal representation, I was present at GE Sakarya. It was a very nice meeting, and thank you to the OC for the great welcoming and Turkish hospitality. And casted our votes as CSR Turkey. About external representation, as I said in my first presentation at Eskişehir, I participated in an interview on MTV, which is in the program is called Avrupa'dan Anadolu'ya, from Europe to Anatolia, and it will be broadcasted probably in a month. So basically I explained what ESN is, what we are doing there. And about the network, I organized some workshops. In Eskişehir I had a leadership workshop. I also carried out, gave a workshop on how to build your ESN career at ESN 101 online at Metro version. We have a ESN meeting after GE Sakarya, you probably know, with Istanbul sections. And the IB was present there, and unfortunately only 6 sections attended the meeting. I hope to see more, but still thank you to the ones that came and joined us. And we have been organizing network talks with our vice president, and so far we have talked with 12 sections, basically 1/3 of the network. And I think it's very useful. We'll continue until the end, and maybe also try to meet with some of you twice. We already did that with one section. We saw the results, they're really great. And it's really nice to talk one-to-one, and it helps to improve both ourselves and yourselves. We also had a meeting with the legal registration team. Basically I launched an open call, for a structural task force that will help in the legalization process. Only one person applied. And then, because of his workload, he left the group. Then I decided to combine my committee and Statutes and Standing Orders committee. And so we discussed it this Wednesday. We're gonna prepare a booklet for next year's national board, because this year I think with the financial situation is not enough for legal registration, and the network issues are also quite a problem for legal registration. So basically we'll prepare a booklet for next year, because the exemption request is valid until 2025 that I granted to the network, so basically it's fine. But we are working on the options, such as like maybe company or an association. And the strategic documents we prepared SOS amendments regarding the proposed new structure. It's up to you whether you will approve it or not. And the 3-year strategy, basically why we didn't post it, because we wanted to get feedback from you. So we are planning to propose it at NA Spring and get some feedback from you so that we can shape our strategy with you. We were planning that before SPM, but due to the earthquake we couldn't, and I think it's not appropriate to share such stuff, especially during the disaster. And similar documents were analyzed, and also yes, we will collect input from you. About education and youth, we shared with our former communication manager, Erasmus Days Real, after any dönüyor. And there is a project that we're working on with the International EGR, Erasmus Generation Action. You didn't receive an email yet, but will. And basically, this project is valid until 2024, and it is especially for people, for Erasmus students and basically youth to be more active and show some active citizenship. And we're working on that. We have monthly calls with ESN International, and we will have probably great outcomes after that, because the next board will continue the project as well. Also, we're working on a national mobility funding project, so basically we will analyze the grants that are being given in Turkey for outgoing and incoming Erasmus students, and just quite quick. I also shared the From Karabakh to Anatolia Youth Fraternity Forum that Azerbaijan authorities organized, and Nazlı and Onur were present there. Thank you so much. And as you probably know, I recently shared the International Education Fair that we have raised in Azerbaijan event, and we will talk with them as well. Yes, the committee, they will express themselves, but thanks so much for their great work from our committee, and thank you for listening.
Teşekkürler sunum için. Şu an speaker liste soru göremiyorum.
Bir şey söyleyebilir miyiz? Soru kabul etmek istemiyorum. Bir konuşma yapacağım çünkü. Süremden kullanırsınız. Sürem dahilinde, o yüzden yapıyorum bu konuşmayı. Lütfen dinlemenizi rica ediyorum. Konuyu zaten tahmin ediyorsunuzdur. Öncelikle böyle zorlu bir afet sürecinde herkesin psikolojisi ve motivasyonu düşükken böyle bir önergenin gelmesini haince bulduğumu belirtmek isterim. Benim yanlışım yok mu? Tabii ki var. Herkeste olduğu gibi hepimiz burada gönüllüyüz. Hayatımıza odaklandığımız başka alanlar var. Akademi, iç ilişkiler gibi. Ben özel yoğunluğuma rağmen ve komitenin Ocak ayına kadar oluşamaması, YK Network, ülke içi olaylar gibi krizlere rağmen güzel işler çıkardığını inanıyorum. Benim çok kırım nokta, aile olarak nitelendirdiğim network'ün benimle öncesinde iletişime geçmeyerek, bilgi talep etme yolunu tercih etmeyip, işin aslı aslarını öğrenmeyi istemeyerek şahsıma doğrudan güvensizlik önergesi vermesidir. Hepimiz insanız, hepimizin sorunları olur, biraz empati yapmanızı beklerdim. Başka ülkeler gönüllüye bizden bir hayli fazla değer verdiği için böyle bir şey orada olsa, linçleyen taraf önergeleri veren taraf olurdu. Ancak biz kaosu çok sevdiğimiz için şovmenleri de el üstünde tutuyoruz ve diplerinden ayrılmıyoruz. Şu ana kadar hiçbir zaman böyle profesyonel olmayan ve lobilere girmedim. Ki bir siyaset bilimi ve uluslararası ilişkiler öğrencisi olarak lobi nedir, nasıl yapılır çok iyi bilirim. İsteseydim şu ana kadar yapardım ve bazı insanların hak etmediği yerlere gelmesine engel olurdum. Bunu yapacak gücüm ve imkanım var. Fakat hiçbir zaman insanları düşürmek istemedim, başarılarına engel olmak istemedim ve kendimi tuttum. Fakat şu ana kadar sustuğum kabahat, bu sefer çizgi aştığınız için susmama kararı aldım. Gerginlikle ilgili olan mail konusu, mailin liste paylaşma konusundan bahsedeceğim. Zaten TLR toplantısında kendimi açıkladım, yine aynısını söylüyorum. Ben orada sadece görevimi yaptım. Dış kuruluşlarla iletişimi sürdürdüm ve bu benim görevim olduğu için zaten yönetim kuruluna danışmam gerekmiyordu. Burada tek yaptığım şey partnerin cevabını nasıl ben bizim taraftaki fesih memnunu attıysam onlara da kendilerini ifade etme fırsatı tanımak. Dolayısıyla cevaplarını mail listedeki tüm bölümlerimize paylaşmaktı. Aldığım karar siz tarafından güzel karşılanmamış olabilir fakat paylaşmak da doğru olmayacaktı. Bu olayda iki hatalı yoldan birini seçtim. Bu kararı aldım ve kararımın da arkasındayım. Önergede bahsi geçen diğer konulardan sunumda bahsettim. Burada söylemek istediğim şey şu. Eğer board içinde taraf olmasaydı ki yönetim kurulunun söylediğine göre bir şey yokmuş. Görevini yapmamayla ilgili madde sadece benim için gelmezdi. Ve eminim eski CM'miz Elif istifa etmemiş olsaydı onun için bir önerge kılıfına uydurulup verilirdi. Her şeye rağmen bir başkan olarak board içinde objektif kalmaya çalıştım. Bunu kimse inkar edemez çünkü yönetim kurulu arkadaşlarımla bizzat bunu dile getirmişlerdir. Objektif kalmasaydım ve tüm krizlere rağmen toparlayıcı olmasaydım çok daha önce dağılmış olurduk. Bu kadar dayanmamış olmamız bile mucize. Özellikle geçtiğimiz yıllardaki yönetim ve yönetimi kurullarının yaptıkları göz önünde bulunduğunda ki çoğunuz ya yeni olduğunuz için bilmiyorken ya da her şeyi bilip kasten gözünüzü yummuşken böyle bir güvensizlik önergesinin verilmesi Kişisel çekememezlikten yola çıktım ve sonucu kötü niyetli bir komplo olduğunu inanıyorum. Zira önergenin maddelerine baktığımda art niyetli bir şekilde açık aramadan başka bir şey görmüyorum. İnsan kaynağı yetersizliğinden yakalanan şubelerimizin bizzat insan kaynağını kendileri katletmeleri oldukça manidar. Özellikle aralarında önergeden önce Network Talks'a katılanların olması ve bu konuda tek bir kelime bile etmemeleri kötü niyetlerin apaçık kanıtıdır. Yani benim bu pozisyonda tamamen network'e katmak istediğim şeyler vardı. Hiçbir şekilde kişisel çıkarım yoktu. Zaten en ağırlığımı gayet iyi yaptığımı düşünüyorum. Ve network'e gerçekten fayda sağlayacak değişiklikler yapmaya çalıştım. O neden engel olmak istediğimi gerçekten anlam veremiyorum. Dolayısıyla 4,5 yıldır emek verdiğim network'ten ayrılıyorum. Zira bu emekliliğin karşılığını almayı bırakın ve de üstüne cezalandırılıyorum. İstifa mailimi gün içinde göreceksiniz. Yönetim kurulu arkadaşlarıma başarılar diliyorum. Gerçi sorumlu kişiler istifa ettiğini ve takım içi dinamik çözüldüğüne göre bir ihtimalle kendi şartlarında yürümeye ulaşacaklardır. Takım içi dinamiğin bozulmasına az rol oynamadıkları aşikar. Zira aldığımız toplantılarda "Sen Türkiye'yi kapatıp gidelim" hadlerini bildirelim gibi söylemlerde bulunup sıkıştıklarında her zaman kuzu kesilip istifa eden arkadaşlarının önüne atıp günah keçisi ilan edecek kadar 200 olmuşlardır. Aynı zamanda görev sürelerinin bitmesine şafak saydıklarını söyleyen yönetim kurulu üyelerinin aslında Suriye ve beni saf dışı bırakmayı dört gözle beklemeleri ve ilgili şubelerin kuyruğumuzu kavma sürecine dahil olmaları da bir hayli komik ama şaşılası değil. Özellikle bir yönetim kurulu üyemizin Cİ Sakarya'da Suriye'ye SPM'de ihraç ettireceğim, ya ben ya o gider diye nefret kusması ve gerçekten nefret kusması, inanın bana orada kalan 3 arkadaşım da buna şahit. Zaten bunun ön sinyallerini vermişti. Gerçekten bu network'e bir şeyler katmak için çabalayan insanların motivasyonunu yerle bir edecek oyunlarda bulunan şahısların kendi kötülüklerinde boğulmalarını temenni ediyorum. Özellikle bir sonraki sene bizim şu anda bulunduğumuz yerde olmak isteyen insanların bu amaçlarını gerçekleştirmek için böyle bir yol seçmiş olmalarına anlam veremiyorum. Biz network'te nasıl çalışıp emek vererek bir yerlere geldiysek sizlerden de aynı şeyi beklerdim. Başkalarının üzerine basarak yukarı çıkmaya çalışanlar elde ettikleri başarıyla gurur duyabilirler. Bu arada denetleme kurulu gerekli açıklamalar yapacaktır ama İESAN'a SPL tüzüğü madde 20.1.8.1 gelince yönetim kurulu faaliyetleri 14 gün sonra askıya alınacaktır başkan istifa ettiği için. Eğer tabii siz çoktan bir sonraki başkan aday veya adaylarını kararlaştırmadıysanız ki bunun için de eminim kulis dönmüştür, şaşırmıyorum. Son olarak toplumumuzdaki gerçekten emek veren insanlara 2 tavsiyem olacak. Ya bu düzeni değiştirmek için bir şeyler yapın ya da arkanıza bakmadan kaçın, başka bir kuruluşa üye olun ya da uluslararası TV'de görev alın. Çünkü bu kötü niyetli insanlar sizleri er ya da geç düşürmeye çalışacaktır. Bugün buraya güncelleme sunumu yapmaya geldim sizlere olan saygımdan ve kendimi son bir kez açıklamak istedim. O yüzden daha fazla bu samimiyetsiz ortamda bulunmak istemiyorum ve entrikalarınıza dahil olmak istemiyorum.
Arkadaşlar bir hava almak amacıyla Coffee Break'in zaten Treasure Update ve
Anca arayı şu an vermem.
tamam o zaman sıradan devam edelim.
Sıradan neye devam edeceğiz?
Şöyle yapalım yani Treasure Update ve Financial Report olmayacağı için şu an Coffee Break'i daha sonra alalım.
Yani sanki bilmiyormuş gibi şu an ne yapacağını bilmiyorum. Çok enteresan gerçekten.
Kaan'cığım ithamlarda bulunmayalım.
Evet, bizim de o zaman tekrar önergemiz olsa State of Network'ü şu ana çekmek istiyoruz.
Tamam şu an verebilirsiniz.
Ya, telefon yanında olan bir adet telefon CT'de.
Şimdi kaydırma muhabbetini yaparız. Yayın